Hola controles, bienvenidos a su podcast El After. El de hoy tenemos un invitado muy especial, high profile. How are you, my friend?
I'm perfect. Thanks for having me here, bro.
It's a pleasure to have you here. And well, the good thing is that we already have dinner yesterday, so we already break a little bit the ice.
We said everything. The most spicy things were yesterday. Today will be more formal,
But it was very fun. It's also great to have like a good dinner with friends, and it was nice with Christopher Lawrence and with Blizzard.
It was.
But yeah, so yesterday I was telling you, like, basically here is to people to know your story. You have a very long career, very respectful figure in the psytrance scene. So, well, let's start at the beginning. Where are you from? What was your first approach into music?
Okay, I'm from Greece. I'm from Athens, Greece. The first approach when I was like a little child. I remember myself when I was recording with tapes, radio shows, and trying to make a mix with tapes. And after in high school, I was playing in some birthdays for friends and stuff. So I was into the mixing. So I would love the mixing thing. And then I kind of a friend of mine came to me and said that let's start our own brand, let's start our own project. And yeah, in 1997, 1998, I started creating music, trance music, not psychedelic, trance.
Well, the beginning. And when you start, you had the first approach with your friend. You started creating. Did you have like a name before high profile?
Yeah, the name was Oxido. I was creating as Oxido, uplifting trance, but it was mainly based in Greece. All the parties that we had, like 20 parties total. It was only in Greece.
Okay.
Only in Athens and some other cities. I don't remember.
And how long did that period of music lasted? Like before you tried to take it more seriously?
It was like 6 years, I believe, and then I decided to do my own thing. I decided to start sending to bigger labels outside Greece, and for 3 years they all said no. Whenever I was sending tracks, they were declining the tracks. Most of the times they weren't even answering to the emails that I was sending. So yeah. In 2010, someone said yes, and that's how it started.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you started in the late 90s, and then you formalized in the 2000s. And until the
2010, yeah, it happened.
Wow.
I was trying. It was also two other things that happened during that period. I was working in the television in the production. In some TV series in Greece. And had some stupid bosses. Both bosses were super stupid, were treating to the whole crew awful, at least to me. And one day we had a shot outside, and he was yelling, he was saying some bad words, and I was feeling depressed because I didn't like what I was doing because of him. I said, fuck him, let's live. And because of him, I left and I started to produce music more seriously. And also I was playing basketball at that period, and I had an income from basketball. But I had a surgery in my back. I had an accident. So this brought me home, trying to see what I'm going to do next. So the next thing was to see music more seriously, to see it as a profession. For me, it was a hobby. So that's how it happened.
Yeah. So I didn't know that you were like a professional basketball player.
Not professional. I was good. The thing is, I was better in basketball rather as a DJ. I was better. I loved playing basketball, but I was young. I was 24, 25. Perhaps I would play in some third division in Greece, definitely. But yeah, that's it. Not in the first division.
Yeah, definitely. But it's great that you
It is. That didn't happen.
Yeah, so you are into sports.
I'm into sports. And I have also challenged all the DJs, producers, organizers, video makers on 1-on-1 with me, but no one answered. Only Zeiss answered.
Wow, like on 21?
1-on-1, yeah, until 21. And yeah, I will win, they will go. And that's it.
Wow.
Every DJ in every genres.
Wow. Well, here in Mexico, basketball is not as strong as in the United States. Here is like more soccer.
You have the soccer.
Yes, here it is like a religion.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when I was young, I played basketball a little bit, and I like tennis until I get like surgery.
In the elbow.
No, on the wrist.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, because of the swing of the and then I stopped playing because you love the sport, and when you get injured from the sport, you're like, no.
You stop, yeah, of course.
Yeah, because I like to play the guitar, and I
No, it hurts when you play the guitar, no?
No, but that it took some time because you get immobilized your hand maybe for, I don't know, 1 month or a little bit more than a month. And it's incredible, like 1 month can last like 6 or 7 months to get the full mobility.
That's true.
And you know that guitar, you need to, even though I just move the fingers, sometimes you need to move the wrist. So I prefer to.
Should.
Yeah. So buy tennis and welcome the guitar. Okay, so you started. Okay, so in 2010, high profile started. And why high profile? How was it creative?
There was a guy told me that since you are low profile in your life, you should name your project high profile, just to be the opposite. So that's how it happened. I wasn't, when I started to produce music and do all those things, I imagined that this thing will happen. I will be in Mexico to an interview playing thousands of people. I never imagined this. So I didn't care a lot about the branding. I didn't care about the social media. Imagine when I started, 2010, I created YouTube 4 years after channel, and Instagram 5 years after, Facebook 2 years after. I was like, I had only MySpace back then. Do you remember MySpace?
Yeah.
So, I wasn't planning to do it for life. And when I saw it happening, I said, "Oh shit, yeah, this is good, but I'm not sure that this is my thing. Let's do it for 2-3 years, and that's it." And after 15 years, you see that you're playing, in Mexico, Brazil, Tomorrowland. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, no, and I'm glad that happened. And after you started and everything started, what was your first international party? Your first international experience that you were like, fuck.
I still remember, yeah. The first international party was in Italy, and I went there with my wife. It was my girlfriend back then, and it was for 35 people, 35, 40 people, I believe. It was in Milano. And I was feeling I was feeling weird. First party. What I'm going to do here? Are they going to dance? Okay, why they didn't came to the party? Why the party is empty? And but I had a great time back then, and I still remember also the second party, which was with less people. I went to Israel, playing in a forest somewhere. And it was like 20 people dancing in the rain. And I still remember raining, and I was having some equipment. Back then I was playing with a sound card, MIDI keyboard, laptop. I would never do this mistake again. All this equipment with cables and stuff. And it was raining, and we were trying to protect the equipment. And I had this party with 20 people.
Wow.
Second party.
Well, it's a good experience that you're traveling outside. You were used to play in your country.
I want to post those videos. I haven't posted them, never. I have some posts. I have some videos from back then, with 20 people, 30 people, and I really want to post them because I'm feeling. I was watching them back home now before some months, and I was crying when I was them. Says, wow, I still remember that day. Yeah, it's weird.
No, but I think that it's a good message, and also you sharing these experiences. If people, like in atmosphere, to see this for the first time and see your social media profile and saying Tomorrowland and playing in other places, it's important for people who follow you that nobody starts like,
no.
You purchase your computer, you start making music,
Exactly.
And next you're in a festival. No,
no, it wasn't like this. It was an effort of years. I was trying with so many mistakes. I was trying to struggle in the whole music industry. Being Greek wasn't easy. It was hard. It was hard.
Yeah, yesterday when you told me being Greek, how is the scene? How's the everything in Greece? Because I don't know.
Psychedelic scene or electronic music scene?
Both.
Okay, electronic music scene. Okay, we have, but there are many parties of techno, Afro house. There is a huge effort now from some guys. They're making Primer event, Primer Music Festival, which is huge. You know, Army of Aburen, Faithless, Alesso, Artbat is playing. I'm playing also, and they're doing these shows. But in general, the psychedelic scene, it's small. The scene is small. You know, a few parties per year, based on in Athens and in Thessaloniki, the second biggest city of Greece. So to start and to make a career only by playing in your country, this cannot happen to Greece. And, you know, me as a project, I'm representing also the projects in Greece that they're struggling, they're trying to prove that they're good. There are so many good guys there, so many talented guys that they're struggling to make something in this scene. And it's hard. It is hard. Yeah. It's different. Imagine in Brazil, that we had this discussion yesterday. A new guy that creates music, instantly in few weeks he can have thousands of followers on Instagram. He can have parties playing, even small ones that can have 3 parties per month easily. So he can have content to post. In Greece, this cannot be happening. You know, it's difficult. It's super difficult.
Yeah, totally. And what was your what did you do so you can stand out from a small country that doesn't have a lot of scene?
Well, I never stopped. That's the thing. I never stopped. I had so many no's. I was keep sending to labels, and they were saying no, this music is shit. This music is crap. Try again. When they were replying, I was feeling happy because they were replying. Most of the guys in the labels that didn't even reply, and yeah, but for me this was probably because of basketball, because probably of sports. I had this how you call it, antagonism. You know how.
Yeah.
You know the word
Yeah.
antagonism. That I wanted to succeed. You know, I wanted to prove them that they are wrong. Basically, they were right because the music was shit, but I was improving myself. So finally, yeah, they accepted, and spent hours of learning how I can create my brand, how I can survive in the social media world, which I hate, and. Yeah, it was a lot of effort, bro. It was a lot of effort.
Yeah, totally. And a lot of people, when they receive a bad response, because when when you make your music, you think it's perfect because you listen so many times and you think it's a perfect track, and then you send it to somebody that knows about it, and they say, okay, I don't like it. There's not mix. The volume is not okay. You need to compress this. You need to do that. And a lot of people get sad and they stop making music.
Addressing to the young people, don't make music for projects. Don't make music to impress me. Don't make music to impress big artists. Make music for you, and make music for making people dance. That's my advice. And don't ever stop. Keep trying. And I have a very interesting story, if you like to hear, about Harmony. The track, you know Harmony, right?
Yes.
Okay. Harmony didn't came from inspiration and okay, I want to create a hit. Didn't came like this. I had a bad experience with a label that I was back then in Greece, and I had an exclusive contract, and I wanted to break the contract because they were keeping me behind, and I wanted to break this contract. And they said yes, thank God, and we have agreed to give them 2 albums. As soon as I have finished the album, I would be free from the contract, you know. So I was into, you know, creating fast the album so I can be free quickly. So I did these 2 albums in 4 months. In 4 months, I did 2 albums. Inside these 2 albums, it's Mediterranean, it's Angel, it's Desire, it's Harmony. Mm-hmm. So Harmony came with pressure, you know, just to finish the contract that I had. Then I sent the track to a friend of mine that I was speaking back then in Greece. He was a producer also, and he told me, man, come on, you're a better producer than this. Please, this track is shit. Please change the melody. It's so childish. It's like only one note. Ting, 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 ting. It's only one note. Please change this. But because I know you will not change the melody. At least change the leads or put some more layers to become more interesting, more psychedelic. Thank God I didn't hear them. I didn't hear him. I didn't listen to him. And I kept the track as it is. And the track became like 55, 65 million views. So it became a hit. So don't hear anyone. And trust your guts, trust your feelings, and just produce music.
Yeah, totally.
That's the story.
And talking about tracks, which one? Harmony. I meant High Profile Project because of that track. But if somebody that is listening this podcast and doesn't know you, which are your favorite tracks, so he can go and visit them?
Super hard to say. I don't know. They are all children of mine. Many. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's super hard to say. I have a track that is 132 BPM. The track called "When You Left," and it's totally different from all the others. It's 132. It's not psytrance. I wrote the lyrics. I wrote the melodies. I had hired a singer, an amazing singer. So yeah, "When You Left." Google it.
Yeah, I would say that they listen to Harmony to start.
Harmony is harmony. Harmony is a hit,
Yes. Yeah, but it's good. It's a good introduction.
It is.
Do you think that Harmony is what a High Profile represents?
No, definitely not.
What do you think that High Profile represents them?
Which music? Which style? I don't know. The thing is that also it's part of the future plans that I want to unleash High Profile to be free. I'm not. I don't want to be slave to one genre. I don't want to be. I know many artists that they want to create other music and they create other projects, other brands. I cannot do that. I'm Tassos. I have the project High Profile, and we are together. And Tassos is not only one thing; it's many things. So that's how High Profile can be. If I want to produce a chill out music, which I had, I will release it. If I want to release a trance track, I will do it. If I want to do a full on, I will do it. If I want to do a melodic techno or a techno track, I will do it as High Profile, not as a different project. So that's why I cannot tell you which track I love and which style which track represents High Profile. I don't know. It's a multi thing. All the tracks represent High Profile.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you're very like you were saying, they're very diverse.
I am.
So that's good because you have a lot of propositions to the audience. So yeah, I think it's great. But yeah, I would say let's go to Harmony, and if you like that track, let's go so they can keep info and meeting your great music. And okay, at the moment that you're making music, what is your inspirations? How is your creative process?
Well, at the moment there is not inspiration. Inspiration comes from the daily life. Now the time that we have because of the family, the children and everything is only in the morning, like 3, 4, 5 hours maximum per day. Sometimes sometimes a week, 5 hours per week. So there's not much inspiration to have like plenty of hours to like it was in the old days, to sit down and relax and think and inspire. And it's like kind of 9 to 5 job. You go 9 o'clock in the morning when the children are going to school, and then you have some time to produce. So you have to push yourself to produce. This is how I produce nowadays. But if you're speaking about inspirations in general, yeah, about traveling, I'm here. I have seen so many images, so many cool pictures, so many nice faces. So the whole experience of the travel inspired me, definitely. Tomorrow we have a big, huge event. Definitely will inspire me for the next track that I will present here in Mexico. And travels, mostly travels, Travels inspired me a lot.
Do you produce on the way?
No, never.
Only on the studio?
Yeah, sometimes I'm recording some melodies, from my phone, like this. And I keep them, and then I'm going to the studio and I said, oh, fuck, this is shit, and I delete it. I never use them.
No, yeah, totally. Yeah. But some guys like to make the production on the way and other podcasts, and then like the studio.
I admire them.
Yeah. But well, right now with the technology, you can make music with cell phone or laptop or whatever it is. And you don't need the massive studio with a massive
Definitely not.
microphone.
I never had the massive studio, and when I realized that I didn't even need the sound card to create music, I was impressed, because there's these things, I don't know how to call it in English, but these things, these taboos that we have, you have to the studio needs to look like enterprise, with synthesizers, with cables, lights, and everything. Doesn't give the motivation for the young people to create music, because they don't have the money to buy this equipment, and they believe that since we are making this kind of music, and some guys are making excellent music, amazing music, they believe that comes from some spaceship, with synthesizers. And no, you can have only with a laptop and with a gear inside the laptop, with a program and VSTs and samples and stuff. You can create your own music. But you need to be, focused. You need to study. You need to learn the program. Yeah, you don't need massive studio to create music. That's bullshit. This is a story. Of course, if you have the money to buy equipment, this is good. Buy it. But if you don't have the money, don't stop. Just a laptop, it's more than enough.
Yeah, I thought instead of buying, learn how to use the program, learn how to use a VST and everything. And then when you have the knowledge, then you can purchase a new VST or hardware. Everything.
Of course.
Yeah, because they're very good headphones, they're very good monitors. Yeah, you don't need
You can have, listen, the basics. You need to have a laptop, right? You need to have a computer, not laptop. You need to have a computer. Then you need headphones. You don't even monitors. You do headphones, right? Because monitors are expensive. Headphones, 30 euros, 40 euros. And a program inside. And you need to learn the program and you need to start to create music. Okay, but how you will mix? Well, it's not your job. It's part of our job, but it's not our job. If you want, you can do stems and you can send it to someone to mix. Even to AI programs nowadays with $10 subscriptions per month, you can have a cool mix, a proper mix, let's say, even mastering. So don't stop about it, speaking to the young children that they're trying to make music and they don't have the equipment and the money. No, don't these things keep you not to do it. There are so many solutions.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, back in the old days, I remember an image of Skrillex making music in an hotel with the headphones. And killer music.
Killer music.
Yeah, and it was like, when I saw that, I was still like young in this career, and I was like, okay, fuck it.
Do you remember what he said after? He said that he didn't even mix the track, that he went to the studio back and he mixed a little bit, like 10%, because the track was already ready from the studio, from the hotel, from the headphones. So he had a ready track from the hotel.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, so I think that's a very powerful message, and that and I understand the people that no, I cannot make music because I don't have this laptop or this audio card,
monitors, synthesizers, media.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah, I also like beat that taboo, and sometimes I just put my laptop and these headphones, Audio Technica, and I start like making music, and I don't need nothing else.
But of course, if we want to have to involve the music to make progress, and having some gear, hardware, like synthesizers and knowledge outside, it's wonderful to have. If you want to invest, if you have the money, you can do it, of course.
Yeah, totally, but not at the beginning. That you can start.
But in the beginning, definitely, you can start without anything.
Yeah, totally. And we're talking about music. What would you consider are your best and worst collaborations in music?
I can say the best. I can describe the worst. I cannot say names.
Okay.
Well, best collaboration back in the days were many collaborations. What is the best collaboration? It's not only about the result. Okay, for you probably it's the result, but it's also the process of how this guy, how the other project replied to you, how you were back and forth, sending audio files, the whole process of the work, and also of course the final result. Sometimes you cannot have everything. Sometimes you have a good process, but the result is not good, or you have a good result, but the process was shit. So back in the days was with Algorithmia. I had this track, Wake Up, which I totally loved it. I had one of the best collaborations that I had was also with with Danger, the 1001 Nights, which I love it. I had also with Vegas, cool collaborations too. One went to his album. What else? I don't remember others. These 3 collaborations were super cool for me. About the worst, well, there was a guy, very talented. Now that I finally realized how this guy built his career and how he managed to survive to this whole thing, I totally respect him and I admire him. But back in the days, for me, it was a little bit weird, the whole situation. He asked me to make a collaboration. I says, why not, of course. And I gave him 3 options to choose of which track we need to start to collaborate, because I had 3 half tracks, the basic ideas. And he delivered me in 1 week the 3 tracks ready. 3 tracks ready in a week. And the tracks weren't good. It was like he made it in 1 hour. Like, I don't know, like totally simple, not nothing. And for me, that was super weird. And it looked like he didn't respect me, my style, my music, the whole thing. Yeah, that was the worst, let's say.
Well, and I imagine that those 3 tracks never got released.
Unfortunately, after some years, I had a label created, and I wanted to get exposure because of his name also, and I released them. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was a mistake.
Wow.
Well, it was a mistake.
Okay, here are 2 questions. Okay, let's talk first about mistakes that you consider in your life, in your career, that leave you some knowledge not to repeat it again.
Many mistakes. In my career, I have done many mistakes. First of all, I have. I told you in the beginning that when I started, I didn't create it. I never created social media, so I lost like all the hype that I had in that period of the first 4 years. Then now I'm fixing my whole YouTube channel, and I'm realizing how many tracks I haven't uploaded on my YouTube channel. Even the remix of Nilix, even tracks that they were like huge back then, and I never upload them. The whole situation of social media that I have done, the whole thing, the whole planning was totally wrong. Totally wrong.
Well, let's talk about your label.
Okay. Yeah, I have my label now. After releasing to every label, I decided to create my own label because I was a little bit tired with all this situation of the labels. They helped me a lot, but nowadays it's time to start something on my own. You know, the moment that I realized, you need to hear this, the moment that I realized that I need to create a label is the moment that I was trying to release, I will not say where, but it was a big, huge trance label, not psychedelic. And I was trying to release there. I was sending I sent 7 tracks or 8 tracks, and they were saying no. I finally managed to release their 3 tracks of mine, but I sent them 7 more. And the tracks were good. Let's say half of them were super good. I really believed in these tracks. And most of them, I almost said the name. The main guy of the label was was playing these tracks worldwide in huge arenas. And I sent the tracks and I said no. I said, why? Since the main guy is playing the tracks everywhere, why you keep saying to me no? I never took a real answer. And there was one track that probably could be my second, let's say, hit after Harmon, but it wasn't Harmon, it was like trance track. And I totally believed in this track, and I was watching the main guy of the label playing it all over the world, this track. And I said, why we're not releasing them? He said, doesn't matter that he's playing it. It's different different to release it. But I said, why? We are addressing to the same audience. The label addressed the same audience of the party. And what I did, 3 months after, I sent the same track with different title. And this track has been released. Same track, different title. To these people we are addressing. We're addressing to some people that they are, at the moment, we don't know what they're doing. You know, we're not sure if they are listening to the music. We're not sure in what condition they are. What they're drunk, I don't know. So we are addressing to these people, and our career matters from one person that he will listen to the music and he will say, oh, okay, this track is killer. And the same track the next day, no, it's garbage. This track is shit. No, we will not release it. No. So I said, no, I cannot depend my career and my life from one guy's opinion. So the virus went to my brain and said, one day I need to create my label. And it took me years, to be honest. It took me 2-3 years to finally gather the pieces. And now I have my label called Aion Records. Aion in Greek means eonas, means eternity, forever. Aion Records. So yeah, we're happy. I took almost my whole entire catalog back to Aion Records, and we're releasing also. And you're invited. You are invited also to the music. I told you yesterday.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Send your music, guys, to Aion Records.
Yeah, no, I fully understand that because, well, the big labels have an A&R.
I have also, yeah.
Yeah, that listen to the tracks. And yeah, music is also very moody. How you feel. Like
it is.
Yeah, maybe you listen to a track today that is like super punchy.
True.
And you're tired because you haven't had breakfast, because you have a podcast. And,
True.
And you maybe that track you will not feel good. But if you listen yesterday after eating Killer Picaña, you're going to hear that.
But when you listen to a track and you hate the track, and then with a different title you approve it, this is something different.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it demonstrates that the person is not listening really.
Probably.
Yeah. So,
Probably.
Yeah, and unfortunately that's how everything happens. But
exactly.
I think that yeah, you're a killer producer, and now it's launched, and now you have your own label. You control now all your music and everything. And I think
I'm trying. It's hard, but I'm trying it.
Yeah, I know it's not simple, but I think it's the next step. You start a DJ, like it looks like the circle of life of our producers. Like starts like a DJ, not everybody, but
it is. Most of the guys, they have now their own label.
Yeah, and then you start a producer, and then you have your own label. Then okay, I make my own parties, and then
I don't know about parties. No, no, parties is a different stage.
Yeah, but maybe after you like, okay, now it's time to organize a.
No, when this thing over and the high profile thing like stops, I will try to take my family away from the airports, to be away from all this thing and to be relaxed and away from music, nightlife, airports, and everything. This is a nightmare. As much as I enjoy produce music, fucking enjoy produce music, I totally don't like to travel. This is my worst thing. Even when you arrive and you meet these guys, the whole situation, the night that we had last night, and you regret. You says, why you say this? You're having a good life. You're meeting people, meeting countries and stuff. Still, when you experience this alone, without family, it's different. For me, at least, it's weird.
Oh, yeah, totally. Because
it's not vacations. It's like alone experience things. As now, my wife having 2 children, working, cooking, alone. It's difficult.
Oh, yeah, fully understand. Yeah, when you have this kind of experiences, you want all your loved ones be with you. Like, yeah, but sometimes it's impossible.
It is.
You need to be like very, very big to have your private jet and fly with all your family.
Never. We choose to make psychedelic. We cannot have private jets. When you choose to create psychedelic, you are like doomed to be. Like there is a ceiling. Like this is what you can imagine. But we can say that we are blessed. We are having great events, great shows. Like the last night, the showcase was insane, was amazing. So we're blessed.
Yeah. What is your thoughts about the showcase?
I loved it. I told that to Gomi, to the guys, to the whole organization, that it was killer idea. They're doing it already many years, not only this year, because they are creating a hype for their festival, but also they're creating a hype for us. Because as we said yesterday, in our scene, there's not a lot of interviews like the podcast that you're doing. There's not a lot of interviews. There's not a lot of articles about us. There's not radio shows that are speaking about us. So this connection with the people, it's only during the parties. So people, they don't know us in other shows like yours. And so yeah, I love it. I met so many people. I'm still receiving messages, and I'm replying to everyone.
Man,
It
that's
was
killer.
insane.
Oh, that's killer because then, okay, yesterday, because they see you in the stage, but yesterday they had the opportunity to say hi, to receive a signature, to tell you about your music.
Asking things, yeah, of course.
Yeah, because it's very complex, like to have that moment to talk to the artist.
course.
Because you know, at the party, sometimes depending on how you feel, if you're jet lag or tired or whatever, you can go play and then you go back to the hotel and sleep because tomorrow you need to travel to.
Exactly. And you know, for us, especially all of the children, all of the guys that they were producing music, we were fans before. We were crowd. We were like them. You know, we're not like we are the DJs and we don't speak to you. We're not like this. You know, you cannot even find not even one in psychedelic scene that is like this. We are coming from the scene. We're coming from the stages. We're coming from the parties, and because we loved in a different way this thing, we decided to create music. You know, so we're not different from the audience. We are the audience. We are the fans.
Yeah, totally. And we're talking a bit of omics and the parties. How do you think? Well, what do you think? What are your thoughts that they have been in the scene for more than 20 years in Mexico?
You can look the lineup. Only by looking the lineup of Astral Projections, Christopher Lawrence, Double O Fleming, Bliss, Blastoise. This is huge names, bro. And this guy is doing it for 20 years, as you said. They have these two big events, Equinox and Atmosphere Festival. And the production, all the guys that are working there, from the last driver till to Lomi, you know, from the main guy. It's super killer production, super professional. And I believe these guys, Fomics, they took the scene of Mexico and they put it in a higher level, and they pushed all the other parties in a higher level. They helped, I believe, a lot of the scene here. So I'm happy to be here because my last show was 10 years ago, man. 10 years. And it was again August, Atmosphere, 2015. So you cannot imagine how happy I am. I'm very excited for tomorrow.
How do you feel being managed to Mexico? You like Mexican audience?
I love it. I love it. You know, my first overseas party wasn't Brazil, it was in Mexico. So what I experienced back then, it was insane. The reactions was insane. You know, we were playing in Europe. I was playing a lot in Europe. I was playing in Israel 3 times, playing in Greece, but I wasn't in an overseas party. So I came to Mexico, and the reactions, you know, the photographs, the autographs, the hugs, the kisses, the messages before I come and after the party was massive. So for me, it was a huge experience when I came here. And also the guys that, I don't remember the guys that they organized the parties, the accommodation was super, the hospitality was super. They took me to Teotihuacan pyramids and sightseeing. I love that. I love that. They took me to Omi. I believe Omi was took me to a WrestleMania with these Mexican masks and the wrestlers and stuff. I totally enjoyed it. The food was good. Was too spicy for me, but it was good. And yeah, man, I love it. I love it. And I lost it. And I was very devastated that I lost 10 years of high profile being here. I lost it. But as I will say in my live set, I will make a promise. I will not lose it again.
Okay, that's great. No, we're happy to have you here. Well, and you have a very successful career, 15 years. I would say. 15. Well, maybe a little bit more, but
as high profile is 15 years.
Yes, high profile is 15 years. You have played in the biggest festivals. You have been in Tomorrowland. I'm playing all over the world. And also, you're a big soccer fan.
Huge
soccer fan. You have your team.
I have. Be careful what you're going to say. My team is Olympiacos, Piraeus in Greece, the biggest club in Greece, by far. But what's the question?
Well, you know that I know Olympiacos. I told you that a Mexican player over there. To be honest, I never had an approach to the Greek football, but when this Alan Pulido came to Olympiacos, I was like more aware, and all the social media now
was writing what he's doing to Greece.
Yeah, and I get into the league, and I know the uniforms, and when I went to Athens, I see the stadium. It was killer.
Do you like it?
Yes, yes, and because I'm in Mexico, like I told you, we are big soccer fans.
Yeah,
for us, it's a religion. And I was with the taxi driver and say Olympiacos, and he was, you know that where are you from? Mexico. I said like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an old team. And what will you change your career if Olympiacos win the Champions League?
What? Man, I would change Jenner if Olympiacos wins the Champions League. Yeah, of course. I changed the entire career, bookings, tracks, labels, everything. If Olympiacos wins, yeah. But we won a European trophy, the Conference League, 1 year ago. But to win a Champions League, man, of course, I'm changing everything.
Yeah, but nothing is impossible.
I don't know.
It can happen. There are a lot of miracles in football.
Yeah.
You saw that team from Australia that play on it was a team made up of people that are not professionals, and they beat a big Argentinian team.
I didn't know that. No.
A few months ago, it was FIFA World Club Cup.
Okay. No, I really didn't know that.
Yeah, well, I follow a lot of football, but I was impressed.
But yeah, miracles happen, true, because in the European nationals team, we won the European Cup in 2004. If you remember, Greece won with big, huge clubs like Portugal, Spain, France, Germany, Holland, and we won the European trophy in 2004. So yeah, that was... we're still saying that the God was sleeping during these 20 days. He didn't watch what was happening, so we still cannot believe it. But yeah, what Olympiacos did was written in my heart to all Greeks, not to all, to half of them. the other half suffer. And yeah, I'm very proud of my team, bro.
No, yeah. I watched some games with Alan Pulido was playing. Yeah, I think that I will need to go to Greece, and we need to go to a game. It will be great.
I will take you to a game, bro.
It will be great. Well, man, I want to thank you about sharing your story. You have a lot of experiences. Thank you for all the feedback you tell me. It was great, and I hope this is not the last time I see you. Like I was talking yesterday, I need to go to Europe more
Definitely.
often to make more podcasts and more content. And well, what's your social media? Where can people follow you?
My social media, you can find that like High Profile GR. GR means Greece. So you can find me everywhere like this, High Profile GR. But I want to say also thank you for having me here, for the invitation. You're doing a great job. I admire what you're doing because people don't know you're also a musician, you're an artist, and you have kind of sacrificed your music career to this thing because it's also your passion, these interviews, and you're doing a good job. And I'm wishing to you from my heart all the best. Whatever you will need, you can contact me and I will help you.
Thank you so much, bro.
Thank you.
Let me close the episode in Spanish. A todos los que vieron o escucharon este podcast, denle like y comparten. Sigan a High Profile en todas sus redes sociales. Denle like y compartan para que este proyecto también siga creciendo. Vamos con toda la escena mexicana. Gracias a Omix por la oportunidad de esta entrevista y nos vemos en el Atmosphere y en el próximo capítulo. Hasta luego.
Muchas gracias.